In this installment, we're going to be going over the MLB slate for Monday, June 3rd. Let's get into it. Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Chef D, and I'm here to bring you the winning ingredients for our Monday, June 3rd MLB slate we got going on. But before we deep dive into that, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you follow me on Instagram and Twitter at MetsNetsJetsD. Don't forget about that TikTok at Chef_D91. And don't forget about that Patreon. Right now, we're at the homepage of the YouTube channel, currently at 5.32 thousand subscribers. This is the road to 10,000, and we are well on our way. Phenomenal response from you guys when we switched back over to MLB. We will get back to NBA, but NBA doesn't start until Thursday, so I'll probably throw out a video a little bit before that so you guys can get ready for that. But we smashed it on the MLB bet video there, with you guys showing up and with the picks. So continue, guys. If you're already subscribed, continue to like and comment. It is super important that you like every time you view the video and throw in any type of comment. Super important you do that. It helps the YouTube algorithm so we can grow to a bigger audience. All right, get more guys in this community here. If you're not subscribed, you are missing out on YouTube and especially on Patreon, because we did phenomenally on there as well. All right, now letting you guys know, in that video, that Sunday video, that was an absolute sweep. Every pick I gave you, every main play I gave you was a win. Twins money line, win. Under 8.5 in that Orioles game, win. Diamondbacks money line, win. Braves -1.5, win. Nationals money line, these are underdogs here, win. Royals came back in the 9th inning, win. Over 8 in that Yankees-Giants game, win. And then the Cardinals, underdogs against the Philadelphia Phillies to end the slate, win. Cardinals came through as well. So you would have put all those picks together. And remember, I got my promo coming up for BetStamp. You could have put all those picks in one of the sports books that you can go towards, and you would have cashed incredibly on the, what was it, 8-leg parlay? Come on, guys. Come on. Now, going to the Patreon. If the video was good, you already know what the Patreon was. I gave out 3 parlays. This was one of them right there. Royals and Reds. That was a +264. Then I gave out this 5-leg parlay at a +888. Twins, Braves 1.5, Diamondbacks, Brewers, Dodgers. That came through for just under $100. I had a same game parlay with Burleson hit, Gorman hit, and Cardinals money line. That came through. Cardinals by itself, I was very confident, and the night with that selection as well. So we smashed it on the Sunday slate. I highly recommend you guys signing up for the Patreon. That link is provided down below. Get to it right now. I'm so excited to announce I have partnered with BetStamp and Sign Up Expert to provide you guys with an easier way to sign up with any sportsbook in your area. If you go to the link in the description down below, you will be directed to this page you see here. It automatically displays all available sportsbooks in your area, plus their current promotions. For example, you could take the plays given in this video and apply it to any other sportsbooks you don't currently have and reap the rewards. Now let's get into the slate. First game up for the Monday slate, we got the New York Mets 24-35 going up against the Washington Nationals here 27-31. Looking at the current odds right now, we have the Washington Nationals -125 on the money line with the comeback of the New York Mets at a +105. Run spread is always going to be at a 1.5, and then the total is at 8. Okay, they set the total at 8 between these particular pitchers. It is falling. It was 8.5. It is now 8 right now. Okay, letting you guys know it's because of this very phenomenal pitching duel we got going here with Tyler McGill, who's 0-2, but he's been pitching phenomenal, going deep into games, 6-7 innings, and playing phenomenally with a very high strikeout rate. And he has that 1.69 ERA. Very same thing with Mackenzie Gore. He's looking like he's turning it on as well. Okay, 4-4, 4 wins, 4 losses, 2.91 ERA. He's pitching phenomenally this year. He's been the ace of this team for the Washington Nationals, stepping up, who they acquired a couple years ago in Mackenzie Gore. And both of these guys are looking like absolute studs here. There's a lot of strikeout props that you can definitely go towards in this game for McGill and for Mackenzie Gore. They both have an over 25% K rate to lefties and righties, both of them. So I expect a lot of strikeouts here. I love the under in this game. That's why the total is falling. I highly recommend you guys hop on this total now before it gets lower. 8.5 was perfect. If you can find an 8.5 on any sportsbook, definitely smash that button right now. To choose a winner in particular in this one, that's going to be the tough part here. My favorite play for Mets and Washington Nationals will be the under 8.5. In Toronto, we have a in-division matchup of the AL East format here. Baltimore Orioles 37-20 going up against the Toronto Blue Jays 28-30. Looking at the current odds right now, we have road favorites here in the Baltimore Orioles at a -125 with the comeback of the Toronto Blue Jays at a +105. Run line is at 1.5. Total runs is set at 8. All right. Looking at the public bet percentage here, 81% of the bets on Baltimore, 85% of the money on Baltimore. Looking at that total, 78% of the bets and 78% of the money towards the over 8 runs. All right, the pitching matchup we got here, Grayson Rodriguez, 5-2 with 3.53 ERA, going up against Kevin Gausman, the veteran here, 4-3 with a 4.14 ERA. All right, for Grayson Rodriguez, he is very solid at home. He does have issues on the road. All right, and we got a nice sample size here, 21 innings so far. He has a 5.48 ERA, a 292 average, and his higher home run per 9 versus righties is away as well with a 180 whip. All right. Oh, excuse me. The 180 is the home run per 9, and the whip is at a 180 as well. So major concerns there for the right-handed bats he's going to have to see. And David Schneider, Danny Jensen, Vlad Guerrero, Bo Bichette, George Springer, all those guys are going to be in prime positions going up against Grayson Rodriguez in this particular game here. For Kevin Gausman, he's been solid this season, especially at home with a .278 average, 17 Ks, and 54 at-bats against this team here in the Orioles. And he has a 32% strikeout rate against these Orioles as well. So the BVP is going to be on the side of Toronto here and Kevin Gausman. I see a lot of question marks with Grayson Rodriguez. I'm going to be going with the underdog here. Give me the money line here for the Toronto Blue Jays. If you want to play it safe, you can take the run spread at a +1.5. It is at -160 and play it safe there. So I do recommend that. And if I'm choosing an over and under, I'm going to lean towards the over 8 runs here. We have the issues here with Grayson Rodriguez. Kevin Gausman does pitch very well against Baltimore, but you never know. Things could flare up late when you get into the bullpen, and that it could creep over towards the over here. But I do like the Blue Jays here with a +1.5 or the money line play. In Globe Life Field, we got the Detroit Tigers here, 29-30, going up against the Texas Rangers, who are 29-30 as well. Looking at the current odds, we have the road favorite here in the Detroit Tigers, rightfully so here, -115 on the money line with the comeback of the Rangers at a -105. Run spread is at a 1.5, and the total runs is at a 7.5. All right, for the public bet percentage, 65% of the bets, but 91% of the money. So public and sharps all over the Tigers here as road favorites. Looking at the total, 81% of the bets, 76% of the money towards the over 7.5 runs. We have a phenomenal stud here in Tariq Skubal, who has really stepped up this season, 7-1 with a 2.01 ERA. Nathan Eovaldi, he's been solid this year so far, 2-2 with a 2.84 ERA as of right now. The question here, it's not even a question. The statement here is Nathan Eovaldi is a fraud. All right, Nathan Eovaldi is a guy, is a right-handed pitcher that struggles against right-handed bats. When he's going to be seeing this lineup here in the Detroit Tigers, Matt Verling, Winsell Perez, Mark Conhai, who has tons of power, Gio Urshela, who is a very solid hitter, Javier Baez, if you can get one to go deep, Carson Kelly, all these guys, they're going to have a field day going up against Nathan Eovaldi. Plus, if you're looking at the batter versus pitcher stats, the Tigers have dominated Nathan Eovaldi in the history, okay? With a 304 average, a 347 OBP, and a 825 OPS. So that's very good there. 2 home runs, that's going Eovaldi's way as well. It does not bode well when you're looking at this type of matchup with Tariq Skubal, who's a complete ace. He's been phenomenal this year and pitches better on the road. And you got Nathan Eovaldi, who, yes, he's been pitching phenomenal, but his old self tends to flare up. Same thing that happened when he was with the Phillies. Same thing that's going to happen here with Texas as well. So I'm going to be going with the better pitcher here in the Detroit Tigers. I love them on the money line. And if we're choosing an over or under, I'm going to lean towards the over 7.5. In the Minute Maid Park here, St. Louis Cardinals 28-29 going up against the Houston Astros 26-34. Looking at the current odds here, we have the Astros as pretty big favorites here at home, -185 with the comeback of the St. Louis Cardinals at a +150, run line at a 1.5, and the total set at 8 runs, okay? For the public bet percentage here, everyone's all over the Houston Astros, who've been very inconsistent this season. So I don't know. I don't understand how people continue to go to the well with this Houston Astros team that's well below 500. 8 games under 500 here. 86% of the bets, 94% of the money all over the Houston Astros here. And then the total run, 76% of the bets, 77% of the money towards the over 8 runs. The pitching matchup here, if you're looking at names, it's pretty solid here. Justin Verlander, but he's 41. This is a 41-year-old Justin Verlander. He has been solid this year, 3-2 with a 3.26 ERA. And Kyle Gibson, another veteran here, 4 wins, 2 losses, 3.60 ERA for Kyle Gibson, okay? Now, Justin Verlander, the issue I have here with the Houston Astros and Verlander, he does give up a lot of home runs, and at home, he has worse numbers with a 4.63 ERA. He has a low K rate at home as well, 10% K rate. That's horrible. And his xFIP, his expected ERA here, is 5.86. So there is some regression that should be coming the way of Justin Verlander as well. And then you're looking at Kyle Gibson. He's been okay this year, but he does have issues going against the left-handed batters, all right? The benefit with Kyle Gibson going against the Houston Astros here is that the left-handed bats are just Kyle Tucker and Yordan Alvarez. Yes, they are great bats, but there's only 2 guys he has to figure out and going throughout this whole entire lineup here. The St. Louis Cardinals coming off a big win against the Philadelphia Phillies. I think they get things rolling and get another win here. So give me the Cardinals on the money line. If you want to play it safe, that +1.5 is there to save you as well. It's always good to take that. You get in a -100 and you're getting a run. All right, so I'm going to be posting both of those, Cardinals +1 money line and the run line there, and a +1.5 that you can take and secure it and use it as a parlay piece. And if we're going towards an over or an under, I'm going to lean towards the under. I do expect a solid pitching matchup, but I do expect as well that the Cardinals bats get a few runs from Justin Verlander, okay? We got a game in Coors Field here. Colorado Rockies 21-37 going up against the Cincinnati Reds 26-33. Looking at the current odds right now, the Reds are road favorites here at a -125 with the comeback of the Colorado Rockies at a +105. That run spread is at a 1.5, and the total runs are set at 10.5. Yes, 10.5, because this is Colorado, okay? A lot of runs can happen here. All right, for the public bet percentage, 73% of the bets, 85% of the money on the Reds here. Very heavily favored here and on the road for the Cincinnati Reds. The total, on the other hand, is split kind of down the middle. 57% of the bets, 61% of the money towards the over 10.5. All right. For this pitching matchup, we have Andrew Abbott, who's 3-5 with a 3.29 ERA, going against Ryan Feltner, 1-4 with a 5.46 ERA. There's a lot of questions here with Ryan Feltner. Pitching in cores, his numbers are both bad at home and on the road. You expect that the numbers would be a little bit better outside of Colorado, but it's the same. A 5 ERA at home, 5 ERA on the road, okay? So right now against lefties and righties, he's giving up a 300 batting average. He's giving up a over 1.40 whip and over 4.12 xFIP. So a lot of bad numbers here for Ryan Feltner. This is a perfect spot for those Cincinnati Reds bats to get going here against Colorado in this starter in Ryan Feltner. Andrew Abbott, on the other hand, he is totally opposite. He pitches poorly at Great American Small Park in Cincinnati, but he pitches very good on the road. And you got him on the road in this spot here in Colorado. Away, he has a 2.06 average, under 1 whip, and but he does have a poor K rate. So that's his issue here, not getting strikeouts. But this is a spot here where the advantage is on the side of the Reds. So give me the Reds on the money line here. I do expect a lot of runs in this game. Give me the over on that total, 10.5 as well. At Citizens Bank Park here, Philadelphia Phillies 41-19, going up against the Milwaukee Brewers here, 36-23. Looking at the current odds, the odds out yet? The odds are not out yet, but from other sites, I did see, obviously, we got the better pitcher here in Zach Wheeler. Philadelphia Phillies will be favored in this matchup here. So if we're just going with a breakdown of these two pitchers, Bryce Wilson here with a 3-1 record, 3.19 ERA, 1.23 whip. He does struggle against lefties. He's given up a 2.41 home run per 9. That is absolutely horrible. 2.41 home run per 9. The batting average is over 300. The whip is 1.82. The xFIP is at over 5 runs. So there's a lot of question marks here with the lefty bats that he's going to see against Philadelphia, and Kyle Schwarber and Bryson Stott and Bryce Harper and Brandon Marsh. It's all around a very bad matchup. He has a horrible BVP against the Philadelphia Phillies as well. Bryce Harper has already hit a home run off of him. So this does not bode well when you got Bryce Wilson going against one of the studs here for the rotation of the Philadelphia Phillies in Zach Wheeler, who has been outstanding this year. He has a phenomenal BVP against the Brewers as well. His average against them is .227. He already has 27 strikeouts against them as well. And at home this year, for Zach Wheeler, he has a 1.77 ERA. The average is .168. The strikeout rate versus righties is at 35% as well. So I'm loving the props here for Zach Wheeler on his side. I'm loving the Philadelphia Phillies as well. So I'm going to be taking them on the money line, and definitely look for the Zach Wheeler strikeout props going up against this Milwaukee Brewers team that has a lot of righties in their lineup. Last but not least here, we have a West Coast battle, a California battle here. San Diego Padres 32-30 going up against the LA Angels here 21-38. Looking for the odds here, the Padres road favorites at a -135. Going up against this Angels team that come back with a +110. That run spread is at a 1.5, and the total is set at 8.5 runs, okay? For the public bet percentage, 78% of the bets and 96% of the money coming in for the Padres. So public and sharps all over the Padres in this game. And the total, 79% of the bets, 78% of the money towards the over 8.5. All right, this pitching matchup here, Matt Waldron, he's 3-5 with a 4.26 ERA, and then you got Tyler Anderson, veteran here, 5-5 with a 2.47 ERA. All right, For Matt Waldron, only going to see 3 lefties. That's where he tends to struggle with, was left-handed at bats. He is very good against righties. This year with the home run per 9 under 1, the batting average at a .209, and the whip at a 1.02. So he's been solid against right-handed bats. The key component here is against lefties. Hopefully they can throw a 4th or a 5th at him, but it's usually 3 left-handed bats that the Angels are going to throw out. Tyler Anderson, on the other hand, he has been very good this year, but the regression is going to come eventually, but doesn't mean it's going to come in this game. The Padres are coming off a dominant series before, but you have an Angels team that's struggling on a 4-game losing streak. I'm going to roll with Tyler Anderson and how good he's been pitching so far this year. That regression, I'm going to stay. It doesn't come in this particular game here. This is a must-win situation for the Angels to stop this losing streak. At 4, I'm going to be going with Tyler Anderson here in the Angels. Give me them on the money line at that plus 110. And if I'm choosing an over and an under, I'm going to lean towards the under 8.5 here. Matt Waldron has been pitching okay, and Tyler Anderson so far this year at the beginning of the season has been pitching solid. All right, so those are going to be our plays for Monday. Let me know in that comment section down below. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Are there any props that you're going to go towards on this slate for Monday? Let me know in that comment section down below. Guys, don't forget to sign up for the premium plays. Not only are you getting the daily premium plays, you're also getting future bets. We already got the NBA future locked and loaded. MLB futures coming out very soon. So definitely stick to that Patreon link down below. And I'll be back with another video very soon. All right. Peace out.